Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Sarge, man. It's Monday. Happy Monday, man. Hopefully everybody made it back home safe from your weekend ride. And I know y'all was all over the place doing y'all thing, man. But we've got a special guest. We got a special show today, man. I'm so excited, man, about my special guest. Y'all know what I bring on, man. We got to get healthy. We got to get right for the riding season. So let everybody know we're on. Share it with a friend. Kane Foel. Let's go.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Slide on my road glide, looking so fly, 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We earn elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Hold up, y'all the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it. I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know Harley did it. I'm real gnarly with it. My ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it, backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, roll the world down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you won't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey, man, again, welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge, man. It's happy Monday, man. I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling alive. But I thought I was almost going to die Friday, man. It was like one of those was Fred Sever used to say, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey, man. Your boy was sicker than sick. But I feel great. The wife nursed me back to health, man. I'm good. I can go fight a lion now, man, and I'm good to go. But, hey, speaking of that, man, we got to start getting serious about our health. health, man. We've got to get, and if you ain't serious about your health, hopefully after today's show, you will get serious about your health. But let me lay it out there, man. First and foremost, this how it is, the 2026 riding season. Y'all know what it is. We getting ready to get down. You done got your bike service, check. You done got your little touring package, check. You done got your fly equipment and your gear, check. You even got your money and your PTO together, check, check. We ready to roll. But did you do the most important thing before getting on your motorcycle and riding cross country or riding long distance or riding to the run or going to wherever you're going to see, whatever great sights that you're going to see? Did you do this? And we're going to ask this question now, but hopefully after this show is over, we got all the answers or we're on the right direction to it, man. Y'all know who I got. Let me see if I can bring her on right now, man. Family, how are you?
I
Let me
am
get
great.
you straight. Hey,
Feeling
y'all
good.
know it is, man. Hey,
Feeling
it's my
good.
favorite biker nurse, man. I ain't gonna call her what I normally call her, but I'm gonna tell you this: she good for me. She good for business. She's good for us in the motorcycle set, man. Been riding and doing her thing since what, 2004?
2004.
Oh, wait, she done all kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna steal her thunder, man. I'm gonna allow her, for those two people that don't know who the heck she is, I'm gonna allow her to introduce herself and tell the world a little bit about us, and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about. Nurse Tiffany, the floor is yours, ma'am.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody is feeling good and doing well. I am Tiffany, aka IC, aka Nurse Nichols the biker, all of it. So I've been riding the 22 years.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
And I remember that because my son was born in March of 2004, and I started riding in November of 2004.
Wow.
So, been around a while, and I've been a nurse, a registered nurse. April will be 29 years. So, over half of my life.
Wait a minute. Let's do this. Yeah, you've been taking care of our crazy behinds for a long time. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Finish your thought.
That's okay. So 29 years, I've been in this nurse role, even a few years before, because I took care of some family members. So I've been caregiving a long time. And it used to be that I used nursing as an outlet, or I used biking as an outlet, for motherhood, work. I was pretty engulfed in my career. I've been to school several times. I have a master's degree. So I've done a lot of school, a lot of studying. So motorcycling was kind of like my outlet. And, as you ride and meet people, visit people, build relationships, you start to share personal things, what you do and what your passions are. Your passions naturally come out, I think. And I found myself over the years being a nurse and being on the bike set, people was just kind of started entrusting me with different scenarios. If there was emergencies that came up on the bike scene at events, if you have your own group of riders that you ride with. And I have to give a shout out to my club, NC's Finest Motorcycle Club.
That's what's
we
up.
retired. Yeah, we retired after 20 years this past year. Retired with the sisterhood intact, I must say. So
Nice.
being in those scenarios, things were always happening. Whether it might be a little first aid on side of the road, it might be people having medical events at bike events. I have done like life-saving measures, myself and others. Unfortunately, I've been tasked with a lot. And so what I came to realize is maybe I don't need to separate the two. These are my friends. These are my family. This is my biker peeps, as I call them. So I need to be able to take care of them too. So I just kind of started meshing the two. And I was like, well, hey, you see a lot of things and you're like, well, that could have been corrected with a little bit of education or a little bit of prevention or, just a little bit of tweaking on the front end and things may not end up as bad. So I started just kind of sharing on Facebook because that's what we do. People actually would call me, inbox me, hey, I got this going on with my parent. What should I do? What can I do? Say, send me pictures. Hey, what does this look like? Or, any suggestions. So it just kind of grew and grew, itself. And so I just kind of embraced it. So that's how Nurse Nichols came about,
Wow.
or Nurse
You
Nichols
know,
the biker.
well, let me say this. I'm telling you, if I had you in my club, that's a plus. That is a plus. It is a real sense of security that you have a medical professional in your club or your organization, or even at your event. Because
Mhm,
just like you were saying, you were mentioning, something happens on the side of the road, something happens at a gas station, something happens at
mhm,
an event. It's nice to
mhm,
know that we have people in this community that have those type of skills to be able to, in some cases, render life-saving
mhm,
steps, to us.
mhm, mhm.
So I'm gonna say this before we even get started. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your service. I really mean
You're
that from the
welcome.
bottom of my heart because behind the scenes,
You're
I know what
welcome.
you do for the motorcycle community, and you are a blessing to us. You are a blessing. So thank you so much. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Was there anything else?
Um, my phone is still ringing.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
So,
No problem.
no, just that, I just learned to embrace the nursing and the motorcycle. I still love riding, still love
Mhm.
doing bike events. But even though I'm in transition to a new career, um,
Right
nursing is
on.
still nursing is still in
Yeah.
me. So I still have a
Yeah.
passion. So I think that's what I'm supposed to do. So we'll just
Well, if
keep.
if you don't mind, speak on the second career real quick, if you don't mind. Hey.
Okay. So since 2020,
Mhm.
I've been in real estate.
Mm-mm.
Started with some
Mm-mm.
long-term, short-term rentals,
Yeah.
Airbnbs as people call them. Was talked into, encouraged to get my real estate license, which I did in North Carolina. And I recently
Congratulations.
relocated
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Virginia. So now I have North Carolina and Virginia license. So that's
Watch
what I
out there
do.
now.
So that's
Yeah.
what I do a lot in large part now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of nursing
So
still.
so you can get medical care and sell them a house.
I can.
Right on.
Yes, it's
Awesome.
still
That's good
caring.
stuff.
It's still caring.
Congratulations.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey, talent, boy, you can't hide talent, can you? That cream rises to the top.
Well,
So
thank you. I appreciate it.
thank you so much. But let me say this. Let me start this off. For those that don't know, and I think the majority of the people that are going to be on the podcast tonight really know you well, and they know your value that you have to us, and again in our motorcycle community. But I'm gonna say for those that are new tonight that hadn't had a chance to get to know you personally or know you professionally, you come on every year. You've done this now for 3 years for me at the start of the riding season. And we've had things that we've had workshops that we've talked about rider health. And I
Mhm.
remember our last segment on Movember and talking about men's health and women's health and riders' health. So you've been such a big value. So to have you to come back on again and do that for us again is you just saving lives. I'm just telling you that right up. You're saving lives and you're making it easy for us knucklehead guys that don't want to. So I don't want to get into, but sometimes we just don't want to know. We just don't want to know the bad stuff. We just always want to know the good stuff. So if we don't hear bad stuff, we think it's all good stuff, and that's not necessarily true. Am I correct?
Not
Okay.
necessarily.
So
And it's easier to kind of block out if you don't hear about it or
facts.
address it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We want to think we're invincible, man. I want to think that I can. I'm gonna be able to do what I'm gonna do forever, and we'll deal with that when we get there. But we're gonna deal
Right.
with it tonight. I'm gonna say that, Nurse
Right.
Tiffany. So I like to start it off if you don't mind. There's gonna be a series for everybody. So well, let me do this. let me acknowledge some of the great folks that's on with us tonight and give love to those who give love to us. Ballhead Nasty, I see you, my guy. South Florida, I'm coming home. Hey, D Bell, y'all know I get down with the Bells, man. David and Sonny, appreciate them being on the night. Tommy, I see you, man. Sin City Stump Removal, that's my dog, my South Florida family, man. Thank you, man. Level Up, appreciate you being on. Breezy, appreciate you being on. K Solo, thank you for the Cash App, homie, the super chat. K Solo doing his thing, man. I don't know if K Solo robbed the Brinks truck or he won the Kentucky Derby down there, but I appreciate you. But y'all follow K Solo, man, with Riding with K Solo, the podcast. He's doing great things over there, man. Interviewing the unsung heroes, doing shop talk. He's starting to kind of really get in and hone in deep on the Hoka Hey Get Down. Now, I'm gonna tell you some of y'all jokers. Some of y'all sit down. Okay, follow y'all. Some of y'all sit down. There's levels to this here thing, but he's doing the Hoka Hey series. So come go check him out on the Riding with K Solo, the podcast, man. Some good information, and he's interviewing some great legends, man, in our motorcycle community. Shout out to my brother Low Key, smartest cat I know out there, man, doing his thing out of Houston, Texas. He just popped on. So thank you for everybody who just popped on. If you guys would be so kind, reach up, hit the like button, man, so we can get the algorithms going. And also let your friends know that we're on with our favorite nurse, our favorite biker nurse, Nurse Tiffany tonight. And she's telling us what we need to know versus what we want to know. So Nurse Tiffany, let's start off this. Let's start it off. A physical. Who needs to have one and why? Why do we need to have a physical?
Everybody from birth. Everybody. There's no exceptions here. You know, when we have our children, when they're young, we take them to the doctor at least once a year, at least, you know, depending on what they have going on, and even into teenage years, young adulthood, and especially when we start to get older, you should at least go to the doctor, see your doctor at least once a year. That's if you're just doing well and, you know, in perfect health. It just really makes things flow a lot better. You know, if you happen to end up in an emergency situation and need some sort of follow-up, or if you need medicine, a lot of times if you're current, you can get these things done pretty easily. And that's just if you don't really have any health issues. And if you go at least once a year, you know, that is a time where I tell people to plan for your doctor's appointment like you would a job interview. Go in with what you need to know. Go in with what you want to share. And if things have come out as far as technology, procedures, medicines, that's the time where you can learn. You know, if for nothing else, you can learn something. You know, if everything checks out okay, you know, you might have heard about something on the news, or there might be some sort of virus or condition going on, or treatment that you're thinking about. That's the time where you can share all this stuff. So minimum, you can use it as an educational visit if everything is okay.
You let me know if I'm on the right track or wrong track. I used to, and I use myself as a guinea pig. I used to go to physical, and I'd get in there. Shame to say, I get in there. This is how it went. Okay, Mr. Houston, do you have this? Nope. You feel this? Nope. It was just nope, nope, nope. You know, all I wanted to do is to be able to say nope to everything that they possibly asked me, to prove to myself that I was 100% healthy. And then, you know, of course, I would get the lab results, and I would be like this. And if I got a clean bill of health, I'm out the door. I didn't ask no questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't care. You know, shameless say, I just did not care, and I was out the door. Was I doing right? Was I doing not so good for myself? Talk to me.
Not as good as you could have.
Okay.
And I used to tell I tell my parents this now, because
Mm-hmm.
they're aging, and the elderly are like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I tell them is when you go to the doctor, if you get yourself together and you go to your doctor and the doctor will come in and say, well, how do you feel today? I feel good. Well, that is usually true, because if you didn't feel like it, you probably wouldn't go, or you would probably be in the hospital or the ER. You're usually doing pretty good. But keep in mind, your doctor visit is only a snapshot.
Mhm.
And the doctor only knows what you tell them. I'm sorry to tell you all, but medicine is not an exact science. There is a lot of information gathering and things that go into the conversation or the scenario before the medical professional can make a decision. So if you go into a visit and everything's good, then that's all you're going to get out of it. Now, what I tell people is between the last time you were there and now, tell the doctor how you felt on your worst day, even if you're better, because your body is a very compensatory mechanism, meaning your body will do a lot to self-correct. It strives to maintain a certain balance. That's just what the body is made to do. So let's just say you have symptoms 3 days out of any given month. It's important to share how you felt and what was going on those 3 days, because it could actually give you a picture of what's going on. So feeling good one day or feeling good the day that you're there may not be you're actually in good condition. So take it a step further and think about, I do need to tell doc about the day I felt dizzy or lightheaded and I think I blacked out, and or just whatever the case is. So we have to make sure we tell them everything, because it is not an exact science. We are not mind readers. We use the information you tell us to come up with an overall picture of your health.
It makes total sense to me now. It makes total sense to me. And when I was telling that story, actually, I've got better, y'all. So don't come killing me in the comments. Don't kill me in the comments. I'm getting better. But also a big part of the physical, do you think, understanding understanding your blood work, maybe doing a little research so you can ask your doctor certain questions about what does this number mean and where am I in comparison to where I need to be at my age, and the whole nine, because there's so much metabolic stuff that has to do with that. Am I correct?
Great point. With age, different age groups, different body makeups, different demographics have different numbers sometimes. So what you'll see a lot is a range, your blood pressure. For one, everybody's pretty familiar with blood pressure. We like to say the standard is as long as it's under 140/90. However, if you're a person that consistently runs 120/80, 140/90, you could be getting into trouble. Or if you run, there's some people that run 98/60. That's just what they do. That is not a bad blood pressure. Now flip that over. If you're a person that usually runs, let's just say 120/80, which is a good number. If you usually run 120/80 and you go in the doctor's office and you're running 90/68, that's still not a bad blood pressure. However, it's the change. That's not your normal.
It's not your norm.
So you could, right. So you kind of have to get a baseline of where you usually run. So that's why it's important to know what the ranges are, so you can know where you fit on that range.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm sorry. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say that you won't know where you are if you don't know the numbers.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that, because like I said, here lately, I've taken a real vested interest to learn what I really ignorantly don't know. And I took my medical records. I requested my medical records for the last few years, and I took my last 6 years blood work. And now what I've done was compared what even some of the simple things, what my blood pressure was at this time when I made a doctor visit at this time. And I'm looking for variations. I'm looking for variations in, say, my A1C or my cholesterol and those particular things, because what I'm understanding, and this is something that you and I talked about in the green room, is we're looking for changes, whether going up or going drastically down. Am I correct? Because could be
Correct.
telltale signs. Okay.
It could
Okay.
be. Keep in mind your body has probably done some compensating. So that's why sometimes you don't see an abrupt change. You don't see it very often because your body's doing what it's supposed to do. It's
Trying to
trying
fix
to
itself, huh? Or
compensate.
correct itself.
hmm
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
hmm
So,
You brought up another good number to watch, and it's worth noting. Um,
okay.
if you're diabetic, or if you're pre-diabetic,
Mm,
or if you are
mm,
um, have concerns with your blood sugar, there's two
mm,
different ways blood sugar is measured. You have
mm,
your finger stick glucose, where you puncture your finger and you get an immediate reading. Uh,
mm,
Again, that gives you a snapshot that tells you what your sugar is now. You know, uh, you may be 90, which is a good blood sugar. However, when you go to the doctor, they're going to do what they call an A1C, hemoglobin A1C.
mm,
Now, your hemoglobin A1C, it still tests your blood sugar. However, it is a 3-month look. So let's just say you run 90, in the 90s, which is good, 10 days out of any given month. What is your body doing those other 20 days? Your A1C,
you could be
it
spiking
will
like crazy.
capture that. So again, that's another thing, another reason it can be important. Don't only tell the doctor about that one day. Start to think about it over the last 3 months. Have I had any symptoms? Did I feel like my blood sugar was too low or too high? Did I feel like I was craving sweets? Have I been using the bathroom more? Um, have I been sweating more? Feeling cool, clammy, any of those symptoms. Because let's just face it, you may check your blood sugar and it may look okay clinically on your machine, but you don't feel like you need to feel. So keep in mind, diabetics not only suffer from high blood sugar, they also get into trouble with low blood sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
True.
again, you've got the
True.
body trying to self-correct. They may be on medicines that's not really not managing it well. So there's a lot of different scenarios. So it's important to know
Mm-hmm.
both numbers and know the difference. Your finger stick blood sugar, that is a snapshot. That is like here and now.
Mm-hmm.
In your A1C,
Mm-hmm.
which is what your doctor is going to do. They're actually going to take some blood from you, your arm, and that gives them a
What do you
three
think?
month.
I'm sorry.
Go
What do
ahead.
you think about the we were talking about pricking your finger for the blood sugar test? What do you think about the guys and girls? I see quite a few people using the glucose monitors now. Even if they're not diabetic, people are starting to really get concerned about making sure that their glucose levels not spiking and they're eating right. What do you think
hmm
about those particular things?
You mean the monitors like the arm, the
Yeah, the
continuous
constant
monitoring? Is
glucose
that?
monitors people are buying now.
hmm
Yeah, because I'm noticing people who are
They
not even
they
diabetics.
I would be curious to know why. They're probably borderline,
Mm-hmm,
or they
mm-hmm.
probably have a
Okay.
strong family history,
Yeah,
or they may
yeah.
be on a particular diet that restricts
Mhm.
sugar.
Yeah. Something
Um,
like keto
but
or yeah,
mm-hmm,
okay.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
But
So
it's not
as
gonna
a
it's not gonna hurt you.
hurt you. Yeah. So as
I say
say,
it won't. Yeah.
so say if I'm starting off and shut me down anytime you want to. If I'm starting off, say my riding season, and say, for instance, I'm getting ready to do some crazy outlandish stuff like the Hoka Hay, or I'm doing the Three Flags Classic, or I'm doing a Truex or Four Corners. Say if I
Hmm.
was going to, of course, I want to be responsible. I go ahead and get a physical, and I want to hopefully tell my doctor what kind of stuff I'm getting ready to do. Um, what I don't even know where you start to prepare yourself medically, or what advice would you give to a rider like me that's getting ready to start say a big time riding season out?
Well, I think we are doing that in part now. We're talking about it. We're bringing awareness to it. So that is the first thing, realizing that we're not as tough as we want to be sometimes. We all, and I say we meaning myself as well, we want to carry that tough biker persona. We want to do that. We don't want to pack all of this medicine. We don't want to pack our glucose monitors. We don't want to pack our CPAP machines on our bikes. We don't want to do those things. So I feel like the conversation is a start because it lets us deal with the mental component of it. Because I think there is um, a perception that I'm not as tough, or I can't withstand it, or um, I can't ride like I want to if I am worried about these medical things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think it starts there because I
Yeah.
several scenarios, if I've encountered someone feeling bad on the bike set, one of my first questions is, okay, what health issues do you have? People still really don't want to share. They don't
Yeah.
want to really tell you that I'm a diabetic,
Mm-hmm.
or I have heart failure, or I have high blood pressure, or they'll say, well, I left early this morning, didn't take my medicine, or I didn't check my sugar, or we didn't stop for breakfast. We just rode straight through.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, those things are it's it's an inward battle,
Mm-hmm.
because if you know you're diabetic, if you have your medicine, if you have a machine, there's really, what's the reason in not doing those things?
Yeah, it's kind of like having all the tools and decide that you're not going to use your tools.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Just
Yeah.
just as if we would get on our bikes and leave our tire gauge, or leave
Yeah.
your fob, or just whatever.
Yeah.
Your body's not going to go if you don't do these things. So and I've had to have these conversations with people. Well, you gotta take your medicine. You gotta drink some water. You have to drink
Mm.
some water. Sometimes it's simple things. And I don't like to beat people down, but sometimes it really is just simple things, reminders, and that's what tonight is. I feel like we just want to remind you, put these things into your routine. When I plan for a ride, I'm one of those people. I pack and I plan in phases. One day or half a day is usually dedicated to medical stuff. I'm getting
Mm.
medicine together, whatever safety stuff, kits, and I'm getting all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff together, because to me,
Yeah.
I have committed it to my brain. This is a necessary part of my ride, just like anything else, just like my gear, getting my bike ready, uh, packing clothes, all of it, snacks. So it's a big part, and we really need to give it the just due. I see that as a lot of people's issue.
I think, you know, I ride across country every year, and there's a little deviation on the time of year that I do it. But last
Mhm.
year, I rode across country in June. Normally, I don't do June. Normally, I just do not. Either I take the sweet spot, either I take April or I take October. But I took June
Mm-hmm.
in 2025. Going up top was the easy part. It was the easy part. Going down bottom was the devil. It was hot as the devil's underwear. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to really kind of hone in a real quick, if you don't mind, on the dehydration part. I found myself out there. You know, I started off. Me and Time, shout out to Time, Soul Brother. Me and him rode across for a while, going into Western Texas. But I found we started off. You know, we were tank to tank. We were tank to tank guys. And then as it got hotter, we went half tank. And then as it got even hotter, you know, 114, 115 degrees, we were, look here, bruh, every hour. And we were doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest with you, no matter what I did at that point, I could not get my core temperature regulated to the point that we just finally said, you know what? We're just going to shut it down. We're going to sit here in the Love's truck stop. And even if we have to go get in the beer fridge and sit down, I couldn't do anything about it. And it don't matter how much water I was drinking, it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed on that bike, no matter how fast I was taking in that fluid, I was sweating out so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the dehydration thing is something that's a real thing. You know, could we kind of hone
It
in on
is.
what's the effects of being dehydrated on the bike? Maybe you don't even know until you don't know, until you
Yes.
know.
Yes. Well, dehydration, it is one of those things where when you start to see signs, you're already there. When you start cramping, when you start, you know, can't get cool, even when you get clammy, dizzy, lightheaded, you're already there. You're dehydrated. Um, so just to kind of take it back a little bit, and this is just a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer unless you want to. If you think about that particular ride that happened, or anybody out there, if you've had a ride where you've experienced that, think back pre-ride and just ask yourself, did I adequately hydrate?
Nope.
Did I start? Okay. So that usually is the issue. If you're not a person that drinks water, just water. Now myself, that is my drink of choice. You know, I am a water person. And so I don't have that issue per se as bad as I would if I didn't drink a lot of water. So pre-hydration, you know, if you know you're going to go one of the hottest times of the year, then you got to really take precautions to start hydrating yourself well before. I'm talking weeks before the ride.
Well,
If
I think
that's
the
not
psych.
something that you do.
Well, I think the psych job, and this is no excuse. It was 100% my own fault. The psych job was that you were riding up top for the first 60% of the trip. So the temperatures were mild and it was cold nights, you know, heated suit, heated gear. But then the psych job was you didn't take into account, you just kind of got comfortable with being comfortable that the temperatures were going to drastically go from now where you were running at, you know, upper 40s or mid 50s, especially as the sun went down or early in the morning. Now you're rocking into, you know, something really changed. Now you're rocking into 100 plus degree weather. So the psych job was on me. And not, you know, just assuming and doing again, you know, you're focusing more on the bike, you're focusing more on the bike safety, and you're focusing, but you're not focusing again on the real important thing, and that's the body. You know, so I paid a
Right.
stupid tax on that I shouldn't have to pay again. You know, hopefully I'm good on that.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
And just to
yeah.
add to that point, you know, when we are riding, we tend not to eat so good. We're going to drink some coffee, which is a natural diuretic. I am a coffee drinker. I have to have my coffee, but coffee is a natural diuretic. Yes. You know, we're not thinking about the fluids that we drink that may pull that water, high
Mm-hmm.
sodium drinks, um,
Mm.
God forbid, energy drinks, the, sh- the
Mm.
the salty snacks that we like to snack on, the nuts,
Mm.
chips, or whatever you like to snack on, beef jerky, any of those processed things is full of salt. All of that stuff is pulling water. Uh, Drinking only water is not good. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. But as far as hydration,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another reason why it's good to drink it before,
Well,
because
let
it
me
won't.
okay. Well, let me say this since Tommy brought this up. Drinking water is not good. Only water is not good. You need electrolytes and
Mhm.
potassium. Couldn't I put a little pinch of sea salt in the water? Does that help to build electrolytes, or maybe
It's
not?
probably not going to have. It's probably not going to
Probably
help
gonna.
so much. If it helps short term, it's probably not going to
Mm-hmm.
help long term.
Long term. Okay, I got
That
you.
is
I
that's
got you.
not a. It shouldn't be a quick fix. So again, this
Yeah.
goes back to prep. You should be
Mm-hmm.
drinking and hydrating well before your ride,
Mm-hmm.
because he they are exactly right. If you just try to start drinking a bunch of water when
Mm-hmm.
you're already dehydrated, it's not going
Yeah,
to
you're
do.
late. Yeah, you're late in the game. You're late in the
Yeah,
ball game. I get
yeah.
you. Okay. Yeah, Celtic salt. Yeah, actually, I use that every morning. But I'm with you on that, Nurse Tiffany. I don't think that's going to be the ticket, out there.
But you said what's key. You're using it consistently. You're
Hmm.
not just using it spur of the moment.
Yeah, yeah. I actually do it. I actually do it every morning. I wake up now, just a
Mhm,
pinch, just a little pinch of salt. Sometimes I mix a little lemon in it as well.
mhm,
For reasons other than just hydrating,
mhm, mhm.
for some gut health issues as well. But
Yeah,
wow, okay, okay.
right.
Anything else that you think we need to touch on as far as dehydration and
Um,
hydration?
let's see. I think I think making sure you are well hydrated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And even aside from riding, just in taking care of a lot of different people over the years,
Mm-hmm.
you would not believe how many people are just chronically dehydrated. They don't
Mm.
drink water. So
Mm.
if you have a health issue, a lot of times your hydration status can complicate or um, help you recover from that issue. If you're well hydrated, a lot of times, people end up in the hospital. You have to spend days of hydrating them before you can even treat them. They're
Mm.
that dehydrated. So hydration is the center of everything.
Yeah.
Your
If you're
body
doing
is
stuff
is
like that,
like
you
a
you
very
killing your kidneys, aren't you? If you're doing anything, if
you're
you're doing
killing
stuff
your
like that, you're
whole
trashing your
body.
kidneys.
I mean,
Yeah, you.
your body is like a very high
Yeah.
percentage of water.
Right.
So you should be hydrating all the time. I can't
Mm-hmm.
comprehend because, like I said, I'm a water person.
I am too.
If I don't get some
I'm a
water, I
water
feel like
person.
I'm just
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am
So
too.
our hydration packs good to start. I would have to see what's in them. Read the labels. Read your
Mm-hmm.
labels. And you guys, those of you that ride a lot, when you go to the doctor, take that pack with you. There's nothing wrong with that. Put it in your doctor or your nurse's hand and say, hey, this is what I use on my long rides. I don't want to do any damage, but I know I need to hydrate. Put it in their hand.
Hey, I'm moving on, nasty. I'm moving, man. I can't go there with you, Dave. Hey, I'm moving on. We gonna move on. Because once we go down that rabbit hole, we ain't never coming back up. That would be me. The only drink water. I say I only drink water because I know you're supposed to. Yeah, I agree. I agree, David. I used to do different things on the road, but now as I've got a little older and wiser, water's going to be the name of the game for me. Before, during, and after.
Yeah.
Just water's the name of the game. I think you can't
Mhm.
go wrong. And I get people, the Pedialyte. I've had to do that before because I've got in trouble out in Oklahoma City or, those type of things to get the electrolytes back. But I think if you're hydrating, just like you said, Nurse Tiffany, if you're hydrating properly before, during, and after, if you're eating properly, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. You're not going to be in
Mhm.
dire needs out there as far as the hydration side. Let's see who else. Somebody let's
Right.
see. Loki said you can't get healthy the week before the ride. True.
That's right.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Start
True. I
now.
agree.
Tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start
Yeah.
now.
Shout out to Nasty, bruh. You got to get healthy before the ride, outlaw. Big time. But yeah, good stuff. But hey, for
Mhm.
those, man, that just came on with us this evening, I'm on with Nurse Tiffany, man. If you guys got some questions, pop them up, man. We'll try to address them best we can. We got a lot to cover in the show, but we'll try to get to them as quick as we can. But I appreciate you guys for rocking with us this evening. She's given us some great knowledge, man, on how we can be very safe, healthy riders for the 2026 season, man. The more you know about your health, the better you're going to be because health is truly wealth. Am I correct, Nurse Tiffany?
Yes, I think so.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Anything else on dehydration or anything else we failed to talk about?
Well, I think there's a couple more points I would like to share.
Let's do it.
When we talked about dehydration, sleep, rest,
Mm,
sleep.
mm.
Um,
Hey,
Making sure
Nurse
you
Tiffany,
are well
I'll
rested.
sleep when I'm dead. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Or you'll be dead because you don't
You'll
sleep.
be dead a lot sooner than you think you. True. True. Continue on, ma'am. I'm being rude. I apologize.
But seriously, sleep, being deprived of sleep, it can actually mimic being impaired. I don't know
Mm,
if you've ever
I've
heard
heard
that
that.
before,
Yes,
but
I believe
there's a
that.
lot of similarities uh, between being intoxicated or impaired and being sleep deprived. Um, I've heard a lot of stories about people that were riding when they knew they were tired or fatigued. Uh, the black dog, that all of those phenomenons. Sleep is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Night before, yes,
Mm,
I am that way. It's kind of hard to get real well rested because we're excited, we're ready to go. We're thinking about anything we might have missed or forgot to pack. We're thinking about traffic, all of that. But again, sleep is one of those things. Please try to rest several days before. If you're a light sleeper or if you don't sleep, you know, but 4 or 5 hours a night, start a few days before. How much sleep should we get? Honestly, that is up to the individual because I'm a type of person, I got to have some sleep.
you
I have
should.
to have
Yeah, you should.
at least
Yeah,
7, 8 hours.
yeah. I
Now, some
think.
people they function off of less. So my take on that is try to get a few days of that. If you have a shortened time period that you're able to rest, make sure you get some rest um, up until um, everybody's body clock is different. Some people may go to sleep earlier and wake up earlier, or some people may go to sleep late and wake up later. So it just really depends. It can be very individualized, but please get some rest. Please get some sleep. Um,
Yeah,
and I think you'll be okay there. Um,
yeah.
the reality is, we ride rallies. We have those long weekends where we only got 2 days of PTO. or 2 days off. We worked all week. Um, there's just rides that are just very strenuous. Hoka, some of these
Mhm.
rallies that are out there, cross country, all of those things are strenuous in themselves. So you tend to not want to waste any time. But please try to think of sleep as necessary time. Um, and that way you don't have any issues because you're sleep deprived. Because it may not catch
Yeah,
up with you the first day, but that second or third day, it's going to catch up. You know,
there's a
your
crash.
reaction
There's a
time is
crash. You're
slower.
out. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You can fall
Um,
asleep. Next thing you wake up in the ditch. Easy.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we've touched on exercise and nutrition. I think people are pretty aware. The only thing I'll add is that if you have a specific health condition, please try to learn that if there's a diet or a way of eating that is associated with that. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get in because there's a million different diets out there. I usually tell people
Mm-hmm.
do what works for you. You may take a general diet, but you may tweak it based on your needs. But be mindful, read your labels, fresh
Mm-hmm.
fruits, not a
Mm-hmm.
lot of processed things, water.
Mm-hmm.
Um, try to cut back on your sweets. A lot of times we do a lot of sweet and sugary stuff because it kind of gives us that burst of energy
Mm-hmm.
when we
Mm-hmm.
ride, and we want that. But we don't think about the crash and burn later on after your body burns that
Mm-hmm.
off and you feel
Mm-hmm.
worse than you did to start with. So just kind of be mindful of what you're putting in your bodies. Hopefully, we are all eating better overall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is a struggle because we like food and we like good food. We ride and we
Hey,
eat. That's
bikers
what we
love
do.
food. Bikers are chow
Yes,
hounds.
we love.
And,
Mhm.
and can I say this, Nurse Tiffany? Because for everybody, we're rounding this in the home because we can't keep Nurse Tiffany all night because she got a job, she got things to do. But somebody brought up. I want to bring this up that back that what Tommy said, and this goes up under the nutrition end. It says you get as much rest as you want. Once you eat the first meal, you're going to get sleepy. I'm gonna challenge that, and you let me know. You check me if I'm out of place, Nurse Tiffany. Look, man, we got to get real with ourselves. We call it the itis, but I'm gonna tell you this now. That itis, a lot of times that we be feeling is spiked blood sugar, or spike glucose. We're eating heavy starches. We're eating heavy carbs. We're eating sugar. We're doing things that's gonna spike our glucose. If you're eating, and I get it,
Absolutely.
like, Sarge, you can't get a salad everywhere. But if you're eating leafy greens and you're eating protein, you're not
Yes.
gonna get that spike. You're not. If you're eating trash, you
Yes.
will spike. You tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong.
That's that is right. That is correct. Yes.
We got to get a little smarter
Yes.
on what we eat. If I load up and if I eat eggs, I'm probably not gonna get a spike. If I eat maybe a steak
Mhm.
in the morning with my breakfast, I'm probably. But if I'm gonna tear them grits, and we love some grits. I'm gonna tear them grits up. I'm
Mhm.
gonna tear them biscuits up because they like my mama biscuits. I'm gonna tear them up. You know, I'm gonna do all the things that's gonna make me spike. And then guess what? After that spike, I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna get sleepy. I'm gonna get
Sleeper, yeah.
sleepy. So we, as the
Mhm.
alternative, we decide I'm not gonna eat all day. That way I don't get the itis. I'm gonna wait to eat at the end of the day when I'm completely depleted, and then I'm gonna have a pizza and I'm gonna lay down.
Mm. Yeah.
Am I
That's
off?
that's
Am I
what we
off
do.
target? Or
No,
I'm
that
I'm
that that
I'm gonna
is
go.
that is what we tend to do.
Hey,
But
I'm
that
gonna
that
go
is
all
not the
day.
best way. But
I've learned. I'm telling you, your boy is trying to get educated because I said I'm not gonna let her come back on this show again, and I be one of the dumb dumbs that do dumb things when she's trying to teach me do right things. I'm gonna do the right thing and understand, because I love some Slim Jims. I love some Slim Jims on the
Oh,
road. I love that kind of stuff, but I understand now, you know, shout out to my homies, 60 and older. Hey, the water's fine, man. It's a struggle for us, but we still gonna do what we're gonna do. But I'm learning more and more about if I just eat right, I'll be able to have the right fuel I need to be able to perform my best on the bike. I can't sacrifice the food.
right,
I can't sacrifice the sleep.
right. Yes,
Uh,
yes.
okay, man. Well, as we
And
round
and
this
it
in the
may
home,
involve okay, and
no, go ahead.
it may involve changing changing up your ride a little bit, meaning you may just need to allow for a another break or two to eat. You know, if you need to um, go in a restaurant and get a salad, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that there's nothing that forces us to adhere to these time frames that we as bikers put on ourselves sometimes. I get it. I've done it. I am trying to improve at it, but at the end of the day, if you don't make it to the end of the ride, it doesn't matter much.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so if you need to stop and take a little more time to find somewhere to eat a balanced
Hmm.
meal or salad, that there's nothing wrong with that. So I
And you
think
can
a
do
lot of
it.
times we know that's right. We
Hmm.
know what we need to do. It's just a matter of doing
Yeah,
it because we can have these
yeah,
conversations all the time, but if you don't put
yeah.
it into motion, then it's not going to do a whole lot.
Mm. Hey, Tank say
Just
which note? He
another.
said which nuts? Pause. Are the best nuts. But
Lord Jesus.
I mean, I don't know. That probably is a whole different subject in itself, huh? You know, whether it's walnuts or
There
unsalted
are a
almonds and those.
few. Well, unsalted definitely, but there are a few more. There are a few. You could probably just Google. There's a few that are geared toward energy. That
Hmm.
might be the question that he's asking, but
I think,
uh,
in my opinion,
unsalted
I
for
think,
sure.
yeah, salted is bad news, but I think unsalted
Yeah.
walnuts, almonds, I think are
I
pretty
eat a lot
decent.
of almonds.
I
Yeah,
love almonds.
I eat
Yeah,
a lot of almonds.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
my nurse practitioner has assigned me a nutritionist to help me get more protein. Yes, yes,
Mm,
you need that protein.
yeah.
Yes,
And shout out to you, man,
good
for
job.
losing 80 pounds. Yeah,
Yeah, good
yeah. Shout
job.
out.
Good
Yeah,
job.
good stuff. Okay.
Um, Protein. Speaking of protein, it's good for muscle recovery. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually helps you to balance your blood sugar, balancing it with the protein. Um, Makes you stronger, of course. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's less fatigue, less strain, less injury. Um, Core strength. We all need
Mm-hmm.
that. You know, balance,
Mm-hmm.
holding your bike
Mm-hmm.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is huge.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
let's
since you said that, let's, if you don't mind, since you said that, okay, so
go ahead.
say for instance, we got a rider like this that said they lost 80 pounds. Good on you, awesome, awesome. But we know, a lot of us riders, right before the riding season, we came off the holidays, now we ready, we're gonna lose a few pounds, 15, 20 pounds or
Mhm.
whatever. And we diet and we go hardcore in the paint. But we also understand when you're dieting, a lot of the times, right off the rip, you're losing muscle mass. So, what would you
Mhm.
suggest for those people, say, that are losing weight, but at the same time, because you talked about core strength and those type of things, do you suggest maybe for the riding season, implement in your exercise, maybe some resistance training, to make sure you don't lose too
Yes.
much muscle?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Toning, cardio, aerobic exercise. If you are a member of a gym, you know, they can actually put you on different routines based on what you're trying to accomplish and based on what your health problems are. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not a gym person, you know, doing maybe some light weights, um,
Mm-hmm.
for those of you that like to dance. Now, I do go to the gym, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't like a lot of the weights and things like that. I will do some, but I do a
Mm-hmm.
toning dance class,
Okay.
yoga. All of those things help with your core, your balance, uh, but it does enough to get you moving. So you get some cardio, so you can still lose the weight, but you're also toning and working on different parts of your body. Yoga, you
Right.
know, people think that's just laying on the floor breathing, but it actually works on um, those areas of your body that you wouldn't normally move, even in a normal exercise class. So it can get
Okay.
really focused. Um, so any of those things to help your muscle strength, your strength, toning, um, any mixture of it, whatever works for you.
Okay. Good
If you
stuff.
play
Good stuff.
sports, getting out there doing that sports. A lot of people play basketball, pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
There's all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of ways to get dance class. There's all kinds of ways to get exercise in and doing things that you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bringing
Um,
this to a head.
um,
I'm sorry. Did we miss anything? Did we miss any?
I don't think so. I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
flipping through my notes.
Oh, okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
because I could keep. Hey, I could keep you on for another hour, easy. I'm telling you, this is, and for everybody out there, man. If you appreciate what Nurse Tiffany is doing for us tonight, man, hit us with a like or shoot in the comments, man. Thank you, Nurse Tiffany, man, because what she's doing is really, really going to help us, and it's going to keep us safe, and hopefully keep us healthy out here riding, man. Because too many times, we know in the riding season, we're gonna hit all the major steps, but we're gonna miss the most important step out here because we're gonna take sleep for granted. We're gonna take our food for granted. We're gonna take our exercise for granted. We're gonna, those things are so vital to a safe, healthy ride. You got to get smarter. We as a people got to get smarter with taking advantage of understanding how our health works because things are tied into one another. They are,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and it's gonna be hard for
Um,
you, boy, not to go to. No, Tiffany, it's gonna be hard for me not to go to Bucky's and get the nuts with the candy coated nut. You know what I'm talking
for pralines,
about? Hey, I love, and they come in a cone, and you be
guilty,
smelling them when you get them.
guilty,
You know, when you go in the Bucky's, you
guilty.
smell them. You like, oh my god, that and a barbecue beef sandwich. Oh my goodness, tell me getting the itis. You gonna get the itis off that one, homie. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for this
I'm
dog.
guilty.
Yeah,
I'm guilty. I'm
yeah,
guilty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Them things be so good. They
So
be so dang good.
just a I just want to leave you all with a few um thought provoking. You don't have to answer them on here, but just a couple of things to think about just to help you put this in a different perspective because sometimes that's all it is, just changing your perception a little bit of health and how it matters, and how it's important to making sure we get back home to our loved ones. That's the goal. um Again, not being that tough biker. You wouldn't skip maintenance on your bike. We won't do that.
Mhm.
But why would you skip maintenance on your body, on you? The bike is nothing without the rider.
True.
um Also, and this is a question to think about: when was your last physical? Are you current?
Mm.
Has it been a couple of years? um or for some reason, or have you not recovered since COVID? When we couldn't go in the
Mm.
doctor's office and see. Um, I tell you guys, probably at least least the last 2 years, people were still catching up on appointments from COVID.
Mm.
So a lot of people got off track then. So get back in there, getting those routine screenings, your mammograms, your colonoscopies, your blood work, all of that stuff. Get back on track with those things. Let's see. Tire pressure. I bet everybody on here knows what their tire pressure is. Do you know
True.
what any of your lab work was? Do you know what your blood pressure is? What is your blood pressure? What is your range? Tire pressure
God dang
versus
it,
blood
man.
pressure. So, these are just simple things to think about. Numbers are important. So you check your tire pressure. Let me see what my blood pressure is. I'm going to change my oil so I don't have sludge in my hoses. So what is your cholesterol?
Mm-mm.
Do you have sludge in your veins and arteries? Just sometimes related to the bike and the ride. I posted a
Yeah.
post not too long ago, I think, where it kind of, on one side it was the parts of your body versus the parts of your bike. It was the heart. Last month was
Oh,
heart month.
I'm gonna
So
look
I
it up.
posted a post.
I
I'll repost it, but
yeah, I think you.
it basically described the inner workings of your heart as the inner workings of a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll post it again, but
Yeah,
it
read
just
it.
gives
Was that a
you.
diagram? Did you set it up in a diagram type thing?
Uh-huh.
Oh
It
wow.
was.
Yeah,
It
definitely
was.
do share it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome.
I try to find stuff like that breaks it
Yeah.
down,
Mm-hmm.
because it can get kind of technical sometimes if you're using a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of medical terms. Um, so just knowing your numbers, getting your screenings, hydrate, rehydrate, exercise. Um, the weather does matter. We all live all over the country, so make
Mm-hmm.
sure you know what the weather is going to be and how your body could potentially react to it, because you can get negative impacts from cold and heat. Um,
Mm.
and another point, we think because it's cold, we don't need to hydrate. Um, that is untrue, because we're wearing all this gear. We're still sweating. So
True.
you're still losing water. So it hydrate all the time. Rain creates a stress response. Bet you didn't think about that. I know I get more
Mm.
stress when it's raining. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
ride in the rain, but
It
your
puts you on
muscles are
alert.
more.
Yeah. It
Mhm.
puts you on
You're
alert.
more
Your body's more
tense.
tense. Yeah. That's true.
Yep. The weather just doesn't affect the road; it will affect your physiology. So think of it like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think that's all of the points I wanted to kind of leave you with. I hope it wasn't too technical.
Well,
Again, I try to post where I try to break it down to make it more
yeah.
digestible. Um,
I think today was awesome the way we brought it. The way you broke it down for us. I think it was awesome. I do want to do this. I want to leave you with a good question before we end the show. If
okay.
Sarge is going in for his physical tomorrow, which I'm not, what do you think I should know or to know to speak to my doctor about at this point? I don't know if I even
Okay,
phrased
since
that
the last
correctly, but
yeah. Well, since the last time you were there, what have you experienced as far as health? Have you had any bad days? Have there been days that you have felt terrible? How you felt on those days, as close to providing the time of the day, how many days. um don't just focus on how you feel on that particular day. um Take all of your medicines. And you guys, this is, and I don't mean just guys, I mean everybody. If you take, when you take your medicines to your doctor, they're going to look at the bottles and that, because that is the way they were prescribed. And they're going to ask you, well, have you been taking your medicine? And you may say, well, yeah, but the key to that is, have you been taking it as it was prescribed? You know, a lot of people, they may take it here and there, or they may take it their own way, but that doctor treats you based on what that prescription says. Because if you say, if they give you a blood pressure medicine and you're taking it not exactly right, but it says to take it every day, and you go in and your blood pressure's high, the doctor's going to say, well, hey, maybe this is not working. Maybe we need to change it. When in fact, it might be because you're not taking it like you should.
And then now they're giving you a higher dose, huh?
They could, and you may not even need it. You just need to take what you're supposed to
Take your
take, how
medicine.
you're supposed to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So, saying all that to say, be honest, because no doctor can make you take anything that you don't want or feel like you need. So, but what we don't want is you to be treated based on the assumption that you're following this set of directions. So, preparing, have your questions ready. Um, every time you go to the doctor, you should be like, it's like you're interviewing your doctor. Yeah.
Nice.
Make sure, make sure that you are sharing. Hey, doc, what do you think about this? Hey, doc, I felt this way, or I've incorporated this. What do you think about this? Do you have any experience with this? I think sometimes we go in and we look at our providers as the expert, and that's great. We appreciate that, but we don't know everything. And as I mentioned before, medicine is not an exact science. So we need that information from you to help treat you and give you the information that you need. So
I totally agree.
prepare for your doctor just like any other visit. Yeah.
It probably wouldn't even hurt for some of us to we Google everything else to Google and to watch some YouTube or listen to some podcasts and understand what some of these numbers really truly mean, and how do my numbers decide, maybe metabolically how I'm performing, and maybe by doing that
And take your
and
questions.
having
Take your questions to your doctor.
yeah. Do you think a healthcare professional would be offended if you did your homework and came in with a bunch of questions?
If they do, find another one.
It's
If they
funny
are
you said that,
offended by you
because
asking
I
questions,
actually heard that on
find
a
another.
podcast, and a doctor said, if they do, get another doctor. It sure did.
Right.
Find another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
I think most
Right.
good healthcare professionals would actually be excited that you're doing your due diligence,
Yeah. Right.
because the
Right.
more you do,
Yeah. That,
the less they're gonna have to do for you to fix your sorry butt.
it makes it easier. Um, and we all want that patient that is active and has a role in their own wellness. We want that
Mhm.
type of patient. And people tend to do better when they have a level of control over their health. Knowledge. That's the best tool we can give you, honestly. We can give you medicine, we can give you all these things, but knowledge is, you can't really compete with that.
Good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
Nurse Tiffany, we gonna let that be it tonight, because we know you got to go to work, and we know
Okay.
you got things, and you got properties to sell and build and all that old cool stuff. But we appreciate you so
All of it.
much for what you do. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, we appreciate you so much for what you do, and of course, I'm gonna beg you to come back in the future, because I think what you're
Okay.
teaching us is valuable. Thank you so much. Any final words before we let you get back to your life?
Stay safe and stay well. Keep at it.
That Hey, there it is. Nurse Tiffany in the house. Let's give her a round of applause before we let her get out of here. Hey, man, that's my biker nurse. Good night to you, ma'am. I will see you on the highway, and I can't wait to see y'all down in Florida. Gulf Breeze, and we're going to be in Gulf Breeze, right? Ride to eat. Gulf Breeze down there. Beautiful time down there. I can't wait to that. Boy, woo-wee. I'm going to try to see if I can ride that far. Hey, good night, ma'am. Thank you so much. Much love and
All
respect.
right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey, man, there you have it, man. Nurse Tiffany, man, a.k.a. Icy. She's a biker nurse, man. She comes on again every year and tell us what we need to know, man, as far as to get ourselves healthy, to be safe out there on these highways and byways, man. She is valuable to us. You feel me? And she comes in every time and gives us that energy, man. 27 plus years of medical experience, man, telling us what we need to know to be the healthiest we can in this motorcycle community. It's the Iron Elite podcast, man. We want to be the most responsible podcast on the planet. We want to tell you what you really need to know throughout each one Teach One program. Do we know it all? Nope. But we got receipts. We're going to tell you what we did, what worked for us. We're going to tell you what failed us. We're going to tell you what we wish we had a do-over again. We're going to tell you the things that we did great. We're going to tell it to you all. And hopefully you'll take all that information with your own research to be able to make your ride the best ride, the healthiest ride, the most successful ride. Because it's only a successful ride if you get from your home back to your home safe and sound. I don't care, you can go to the moon, but if you don't come back home safe, that was not a successful ride, you dig? Thank you, man, to all the folks who came on and rocked with us today, man. I had some VIPs on with us today, man. Thank you again to all the ones who rock with the podcast consistently. Thank you to my brother in arms, man. He knows what it is, man. These podcasts ain't easy, but he gets done and he does it too, man. And he's the guy I cry to when I'm tired, boss, because I know he be tired too, man. Riding with K Solo, the podcast, doing this thing, man. So y'all go check him out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, man. See him and Doc Remy doing their thing, man. Interviewing the best of the best of the best out here riding motorcycles across America. You feel me? Thank you to all the folks, again, all my folks who came and rocked with us last month at Iron Elite Event 2026, man. It was a gas. People still talking about it, man. So thank you to all the folks who supported and showed love and came down and did all that cool stuff with us. Without you guys, man, we wouldn't have this program. Again, the program is a nonprofit program, man. It's for us, about us. That's what the program is about. I got some I-10 to the end riders, man, are getting ready to do their thug thizzle. Next weekend, I see you, man. I know you coming, and Sarge is ready for you, man. But you need to get ready for your ride, you dig? Nobody's going to twist that throttle for you. So make sure you're getting your rest. Make sure you understand your physical limitations. Make sure you've seen your doctor. Make sure you got your money right. Make sure you got your motorcycle right. Make sure you got a plan to attack that I-10, because the I-10 ain't playing. It's to come on and come get your whooping. It ain't playing with you. So make sure you're prepared. Review the Iron Elite group page, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion, home of the Titan Award. Get on that Facebook page, man, and look at all the tutorials and all the good stuff that riders have put out there for you. Visit the Sarge Life and Motorcycling, this very YouTube page, and go through all those I-10 to the end interviews, man, so you can arm yourself with as much knowledge as you need to be successful on the highway, man. So we can't wait. We get ready to get it. Spring is coming. 2026 riding season is upon us. So we ready, you dig? So in between time, man, much love to all you guys. Stay safe out there. Get your behind to work, because motorcycle parts ain't cheap. With that being said, keep it motorcycling, you dig? Peace.
your girl Piper, the 2025 Iron Elite Female Titan, and you're now tuned in to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast Show, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion and the Coast to Coast Run, the social experiment, where motorcycling is not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You dig? Now like, share, subscribe, and follow for all things motorcycling, and I'll see you on the sled.
What's good, people? This is Reef and Queso. Wish you ride to eat in 2025 Titan. Come to you from the Sarge's Iron Elite Podcast. I need y'all to like, subscribe, and share, and tune in to stay abreast of all the latest Iron Elite news.
Hey, it's your boy Low Key. Y'all know I roll with Big Sarge and the Iron Elite, home of the Titan Award and the Ground Pounder Family Reunion. Each one teach one, you dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite Podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
I know. But Sarge, that's too far to ride on a motorcycle. But Sarge, what if your back get tired? Well, Sarge, what if I get lost?